And then you got Juju Sama, who is older than them, but looks like a middle schooler because of how tiny she is. And he's already seen the kitty, meow. Boy, he saw everything. He saw kitty, titty. It was all itty bitty. So, I mean, he didn't see it at all.
This wasn't written with your comfort in mind. Nah. Made my decision, wasn't tough to decide. Nah. Me and my boys, we get it done every time. Gotta earn it, you can't just jump in the line. You'll get rushed to the side. I top my division, I've been building since I started. In the parking lot, I parked it. I came in while picking targets. My career cannot be tarnished. I'm a champion regardless. Celebrate, but this is a different kind of lucha party. We are not alike.
What's up, everybody? It's Mekel Kasanova back at you with another anime reaction. You already know what it is. We're back with another episode of My Dress Up Darling. This is episode 7 of season 1. Title of this episode is A Home Date with the Guy I Love Is the Best. Yo, we about to get into some Weibo stuff. Anyways, yo, I'm just curious what's gonna happen with Gojo-kun in this episode. Like, what's gonna be happening? We're gonna see Juju's sister. Like, what's going on? What's really good? Anyways, before we get into all that, make sure you sub to the channel and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And also, if you want to support the content further with unedited reactions, content, and more, as well as behind the scenes and input on upcoming content, make sure you head on over to patreon.com/MekelCasanova. With all that being said, I'm ready to dive into this episode. I hope you're ready. Let's go ahead and make it do what it do. She's like, nope, not happening. Yo. Ooh, 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 that burn. Oh my god, that burn was serious. That burn was. She's like, I'm talking about you, bitch. I ain't talking about him. You, bitch. I'm talking about you. Jesus Christ, you do is savage. 1,500 yen an hour. Ooh, 15,000 yen an hour. Yeah, he's very thorough. Jesus Christ, 126 episodes. No, you probably did it really, really well. Yeah, he's stressing for nothing. There's no reason he should be stressing like this. I don't think he picked up on that. I don't think he picked up on that. His grandpa is seeing that there's something being like done right there between the two of them. Oh, Connor, you're so fucking innocent. I love it, my guy. Oh Lord. Wait, what? Yo, dude, she's out of context. Oh god. Oh god. She's really concerned about contacts. Of all things. Jesus Christ. It was gone in an instant. Oh my god. This is like, oh, this is like that Sailor Moon thing. This is completely a setup for something to happen. Oh god. Wow, so he's oblivious to it, but she's not. She's I would. What is the translation here? The guy she was. Dead. Ooh. Ooh. Oh god. Oh lord. Whoa. Wait, she doesn't know he notices that? She's. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's actually good. It's always amazing when you, like, you're on a date with someone and you don't even realize this is a date. It's a date to them, but it's not a date. Oh! Woo! He's in his feelings! Oh, God. This is so wholesome. Wait, is this a real thing? Like, I don't know anything about cosplay. Is this real? I feel like she's gonna start liking him because he keeps impressing her. So is this about to be the little sister y'all were talking about? Yo, is she about to be like way more mature looking than Juju Sama? That's the little sister? Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, this episode was just literally all over the place. Okay, okay. Where do we start? Where do we start here? Okay, okay. So, okay. So we kicked it off. If I recall correctly, we kicked it off with them needing to rent. So they were okay. So we had Marin and or Kirigawa-san and Gojo-kun. They were with Juju-sama, and they were basically looking. She was talking about how she needs to rent a studio so she can do the whole cosplay shoot, and then she was talking about basically she needs Gojo-kun to make a costume, right? So that's the whole negotiation there. And then Marin's like, "Oh yeah, we'll split the cost with you." And she's like, I could save money and buy more costumes if I do that." She's like, "I'm not gonna," because she was so resistant to like doing like a joint photo shoot. But then when it was like possible for her to like, you know, save money, she's like, "Okay, I'll go ahead and do it." Uh, and then Gojo-kun offered to pitch in, so that's even more money she can put towards costumes. So from there, we it went to they had the scene of the grandpa, right? So the grandpa was so if I'm correct, yeah. So at that point, we had the grandpa and Gojo-kun. He was looking at his work for the dolls that he makes, and his grandpa was like, "Oh, it's gotten so much better." He was so nervous about it too. He's like, "It's gotten so much better," And he's like, you're not only just going to get better by looking at other dolls, you got to look at other things too. You got to pay attention to other things too. And Gojo-kun didn't get it. The grandpa is happy because I think he sees that there's something going on between Gojo-kun and Kitagawa-san. But we'll see. That one completely went over Gojo-kun's head. And then from there, he went over to Kitagawa-san's place, and that was the first time he saw her. Basically, she didn't have a bra, and her outfit, like the strap was hanging down, right? So he's looking at her boobs, and it's so funny that she's not aware that he's noticing that. And it's so, I think that's a cute little dynamic between the two of them, is that you will have instances where like he's paying attention to certain things and she's not. And on the flip side, she's paying attention to things and he's not. And it's so cute how them as a pair. Because he cannot help but look at how like attractive she is and how sensual and succulent her body is, and he's trying not to be that perv, which I commend him. Most dudes, most dudes I know would be a fucking perv in that situation. But he's looking at her and respectfully trying to not see that she's got boobs, and it's going back to like when he ran into her at her place, and he's looking at her boobs for like a brief moment, and he was like looking at her. The main thing she noticed was that she was not wearing contacts. He wasn't wearing her like scarlet contacts, and that was hilarious. And then later on when she's cooking, she puts her apron on and everything. She's like, "Oh, I'm not wearing a bra. It's not like he would notice anyway." She's not even aware that he keeps looking at them because they're like right there in his face. So that's really cute. Like, you see like the little attention to detail that most other anime would just like kind of run with it, because you'd have like a pervy main character. Like, think of the main guy from Mushoku Tensei and look at how pervy he is, right? Versus and this is what makes Gojo-kun so wholesome, is that he's just so innocent. It's refreshing, not seeing a pervy male character. So he, when they were watching the thing, he was getting all sentimental and emotional after a while. And he just got like really caught up in his feelings of like the show that she's really into. And then right there, she realized like she's like, I love him, not love, WUV. She's like, love him. She's saying she's like fantasizing about him, and it's all cute and cuddly and shit. And then she's like, this is a home date. We're on a date together. And it's so amazing because like, again, he's oblivious to this whole thing, which is what makes this whole shit funny. He just has no clue. But anyways, so she's like burning up and all that, and then it's kind of funny because you saw like the things like she was saying, and the translation was like just like someone just like hit the goddamn keyboard because you couldn't tell what the fuck she was saying. And then you had the situation like prior to her cooking, like when she was going through her whole thing where she's like flustered and flush, and she was like wild, like just like like your first crush, right? Your first love, your first crush, and then you hear her stomach go gurgle, and it's like the thing went above it is like death, and she's like, "Can I die now?" It's like, that was so fucking funny, and then she's like embarrassed. And she's like, well, I guess I should go cook. And then he remembered back to when she cooked and brought the food to like him and Grandpa. And then he was like, oh, fuck no. He had a look of death like, I'll cook it. Like, you saw that facial expression. And then, she went on and cooked. And then even though she messed up cooking, she actually made something that was really delectable that they both enjoyed. And you're just really seeing how these two they are so cute as a couple that they really, really work well together. Going from there, what was the next thing we had? From there, we had the scene with Gojo-kun talking to Juju, and basically, he sent her a mock-up where he did the sketching for like the whole thing for the dress and everything like that, and she's really impressed. And this is why I think that there's going to like this might shift into having like a kind of a harem type of sense, and with him at the center. Which is really funny because for a guy who's never had a friend before, or only had one friend, that friend shamed him for doing the Hina dolls. But, you know, for a guy who's never had a friend before, really, truthfully, it's kind of interesting that he's in the situation with all these beautiful girls, right? So, I do think this is going to shift to being kind of like, like a harem at some point. Because you've got Kitagawa-san, which is, best girl, and the most likely for them to end up as a couple. And then you've got Juju-sama, who is older than them, but looks like a middle schooler because of how tiny she is. And he's already seen the kitty meow of her. Well, he saw everything. He saw the kitty, the titty. It was all itty bitty. So, I mean, he didn't see it at all. And then, and then there's the little sister. Little, right? That got introduced. Anyways, so then she's really impressed with his SketchUp, and you're noticing like it's very subtle, but you're noticing as time goes on how impressed Juju-sama is becoming with Gojo-kun, and that being impressed can lead towards attraction. Not him to her because of how he views her, but her to him. And then they go on to show the little sister. Oh, well, they go on, and she talks about how they need to learn how to shoot with a camera instead of a smartphone, how to use editing software. And then she says her little sister does all that. And so, he asks, can I meet her? Can I learn? And she's like, oh, well, she's a middle schooler, blah, 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 blah. If we were to meet you where you're at, we get home late. So, let's meet at a family restaurant or family owned business. So he's like, okay. And then he goes and he tells Kitagawa-san, she's like, oh, I want to come too. And so then the final scene is them meeting the little sister, who's like, how tall is she? Like, okay, so she's 178 centimeters. So she's damn near 6 feet tall, right? Insane. And on top of that, she's busty. She looks the way that Juju-sama you would think she would look. It's kind of like a reversal of roles. That's kind of the oddity there. And then she slouches, and Juju gets on her for slouching. It's really fucking funny. So basically, he was like staring at her and at the fact that she's got, she's tall, she's cute, she's got big ass titties, like bigger than Kitagawa-san. And here's the thing, the interesting thing is, because she's a middle schooler, the fact that she has this body, she's like blossomed into this body, when you're in middle school or and I've noticed because being around, a lot of females and having sisters and everything like that, when you blossom before other girls, there's a lot of shame that's kind of put on you. So you're kind of insecure about it. So she's very insecure about the way she looks, even though she shouldn't be. And granted, when she goes to high school, you know, she's going to be the talk of the town. But it's kind of interesting, and you see the dynamic of it, because everyone thought that they were going to look exactly the same, and they don't. But yeah, he couldn't keep his eyes off her boobs. And then when Kitagawa-san's like, "How big are you?" He's thinking, "How big are your tits?" She's like, and then that shifts to the height, and then he's like, "That's what I meant." And, you know, that's I was done. I was like, "Yo, I'm done. I'm done." Anyways, this was a really good episode. Really furthering the relationship between Kitagawa-san and Gojo-kun, and just seeing how like wholesome and cute it is. They're gonna be an amazing couple when it finally happens. Right now, we're kind of stuck in a will they, won't they situation, and being on dates without one or the other realizing that. Trust me, I've been there. That's what happened with me and my wife. We were on dates with one another without realizing we were on dates. It kind of like the very things that are happening with Gojo-kun and Kitagawa-san is what happened with me and Lejos and Perfito. That's very much that. Just take the cosplay part out of it, and it was the exact same thing. So it's interesting seeing this parallel. Yeah, I do think Juju Sama is going to eventually develop feelings, and I think down the road the sister might get feelings as well, or a crush, and that's going to be like an awkward crush on Gojo-kun, because he's going to be like, you're a middle schooler, but God, the way you look. Anyways, great episode. This show is just so damn good. What do you guys think? Let's get the conversation going in the comment section below. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like, you know, where you think this is gonna go from here, and also let me know if you guys are interested in possibly me doing manga chapter reviews for My Dress Up Darling. Anyways, outside of that, sub to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the like button, share it around, because if you like the video and share it, that tells YouTube, hey, push this guy's content more. Also, we got Patreon, so head on over to patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova. That way you can get early and exclusive access, uncut access as well to various content and the like. All that being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'm looking forward to it. We got a week to go, but I'm just going to dive into the manga. Anyways, I catch y'all in the next one. Have an aloha rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. And if you found anything of importance or substance that you gained from watching this, make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the content that you get from my channel, from podcasts, streams, reviews, impressions, reactions, and so much more. If you want to support what we do have channel memberships. We've got Patreon, we've got Subscribe Star, as well as coffee, which I would love to be drinking some coffee right now, which I am. That's some good coffee. But anyway, we got all of that, and we also have merch on Teespring and TeePublic, so make sure you go check that out. And all that being said, I just hope to see you in the next video that I put out. So hey, see you around.